says that he was ignored and his concerns dismissed as homophobic. His latest complaint was filed with the help of an activist group called Go Left America.
So yes, Go Left America got a huge mention on the local Detroit news station after we actually worked with the Detroit School Board to file this huge Title VI complaint with the Department of Justice against Rick Snyder and the state of Michigan. And we filed it after doing thousands of hours of research and collecting stories from people in Detroit, verifying their stories, and putting all of these experiences that they've had as a result of Rick Snyder and the Republicans in Michigan, their education policies. We put it together in a 450-page complaint. And we sent it off to the Department of Justice, and we're asking that they investigate. We're asking that they investigate because, and I'll tell you something. This story has blown up. It's blown up. And the reason, I think, and this is sort of bad, but it's true. I think part of the reason that it's gotten as much attention as it has is because people are not used to liberals bringing the fight like this. Well, we're bringing the fight at Go Left America because we are committed to working with people in their states and in their communities to fight back against the Republican regressive policies that are really, literally destroying people's lives. Now, if you don't know what this complaint is all about, I'm going to give you the quick Cliff Notes version. Because this is not just about Michigan. This is about public education. This is the fight for public education. And what we're hoping will happen as a result of our filing this complaint is that we can set a template, a blueprint for other regressive, conservative, Republican states that are attempting to do this very same thing. And in some places, they're already doing it. So here's the Cliff Note version. Basically, Rick Snyder came in, appointed an emergency manager over the city of Detroit. Basically, that stripped the elected school board of all their power, and everything is basically up to this one appointed dude to make all the decisions. Like if the Detroit School Board wants to make copies of something on a copy machine, they literally have to go and ask this guy, hey, we want to make copies. They got to get it approved. So not only is this an egregious violation of the entire democratic process and the right of citizens to elect people to represent them, but this school board, this emergency manager, at the behest of Rick Snyder, has closed down hundreds of schools. There are hundreds of schools that have been closed down, mostly in low-income minority communities. He has made those students ship off to other schools in a school district that he created out of thin air called the EAA. This EAA, he took money from the taxpayers and he created this whole new school system, funneled all the money over there, shut down the school systems in people's local communities, and then made the kids walk miles and miles and miles just to get to school. Now, and that's bad enough. But one of the things that we learned while we were doing this research and investigation was that a lot of these kids have to walk through gang-infested territory to get to these new schools. We collected stories of rape, assault, children having to make really tough decisions about, whether or not they were going to enlist the protection of a gang, which basically means all the ugly things that you can imagine that it means. People who lived in these school areas where these schools were shut down, their property values plummeted because who moves to a school district? Who buys a house in an area where there's no schools? Nobody. So this has created it's created a huge mess. It has created a downward spiral. It's exacerbated a downward spiral. And this, again, is not just Michigan. That's why this is so important. And I'm encouraging you to go to the Go Left America website. Check out, we put a summary of the complaint, not the whole thing because it's 450 pages, but you can see some of these stories for yourself right there on the website. and see what is going on there. And what we're hoping is that this can provide us with a blueprint going forward for stopping this nonsense in every other state that it's happening, in Pennsylvania, and New Jersey, and Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Louisiana. These are the states where Republicans can't wait to take this same template and just plop it down exactly the way they've done in Detroit. And in some places, they're already doing it. So this is about public education. This is about fighting back. This is about bringing the feds in and saying, hey, look, you can't do this. So we are really proud of all of the people here at Go Left America. We are asking you, come to the site, check us out, see what we're doing. We are really out here bringing the fight to these Republicans in a way that they are not used to. But all of us have to work together. All of us have to come together. And if there's something going on in your state or your community that's affecting your life, come on, let's get organized. Let's fight back in whatever way is the best way for us to fight back. Let's bring all the fight and get these Republicans out